Hi, this is Mark and this is My Keys to Music. Thanks for joining me on this video. This is a particularly interesting video. It's been one that I've been wanting to make quite a while. And actually, what you're going to see here is a sneak peek of an actual lesson on a new course I'm creating, specifically for the Nord Electro 5. Other courses are planned for the Stage 3 and maybe down the road a Nord Electro 6. So what are we talking about in this video? We are talking about the rotary speaker, specifically the Leslie speaker. So this is going to be interesting. First, I'm going to give you a little history of the Leslie speaker and take you on a little journey, just a quick journey. Then I'm going to show you on the Nord Electro 5 exactly how to invoke this and how it all works. And then we're going to end with an actual snippet from another video on YouTube where we actually see inside a Leslie speaker. We can watch the horn rotate and we can listen to what that sounds like. Thanks for joining me. In this lesson, we're going to talk specifically about turning on that Leslie speaker with the organ. Now, I thought it'd be worth taking a quick side trail and talk a little bit about what exactly is a Leslie speaker, what's it all about. So first of all, Leslie is the last name of a guy named Don Leslie. Okay, so that makes sense. That's just something I really didn't know or didn't really appreciate. And he capitalized on a principle called the Doppler effect. It's why a train whistle seems to go down in pitch when the train passes you. Don took a horn speaker and made it go around in a circle, and bingo, a legend was born. The spinning horn gave the Hammond organ what is called in the pipe organ world a tremulet. Vibrato, tremolo, and a little whoosh of air all put together. It made the Hammond organ sound completely different. The Hammond's life in all popular music, jazz, rock, pop, was born at that moment. Now the site I'm on here is actually called hammondorganco.com. And you can actually see a lot more information if you look under these classic cabinets. So a Leslie speaker wasn't just one type of speaker. It was all kinds of flavors and sizes and shapes and features. And I encourage you to go to this site and take a look if you're somewhat interested in this. And you can go to each one and learn more. And they really break it down. I mean, there's different types of wood they use, and different colors, and all kinds of things. Different speaker types, and power settings, and course dimensions, and let's not forget the almighty weight of 149 pounds just for the Model 122A, for example. But it's amazing to see just how robust and advanced and the rich history of this Leslie speaker. And of course, the effects speak for themselves, and you'll hear such a great representation of these Leslie speakers on all the Nord flagship products that involve the organ. Do just such a great job of imitating these Leslie speakers. So if you want to learn more, I would encourage you to look around, and then if you go to the internet at large, you'll see that not only can you buy these Leslie speakers, but there's a wide variety to choose from. I also encourage you to do a find for what is a Leslie speaker, and you'll find just a ton of videos and a great Wikipedia article too that explains the components, gives you a bird's eye view of what's inside. And I'm sure there are countless videos on the internet really explaining how the Leslie speaker works. And this is one last thing I want to say about this. This little gem here is actually the half moon switch. So this is an optional accessory for certain Nord keyboard models. If it says that your Nord keyboard is compatible with the half moon switch, it will largely imitate what you see here. And this is one of the original ones on the Hammond organ itself that changes settings on the Leslie speaker between chorale and tremolo. In a sense, that's slow and fast, what we know as slow and fast on the Nord. So if you want to check out if your Nord keyboard is compatible, it generally has to do with if you have the actual manual drawbars, then I believe your Nord keyboard is in fact compatible with the half moon switch. And if you go to products, and let's just pick the Nord Electro 5 for example, take a look at that and look a little deeper here, you'll see right here slow, stop, and fast is the half moon switch option. And I believe that's also available on the Nord Stage 3 and perhaps most notably on the actual Nord organs themselves. Alright, I hope you learned a few things about the Leslie speaker and about what this great feature is on the Nord. I believe the emulation of it is absolutely superb. So I have my organ engine on. I've selected B3, and you'll note that when you try to turn this on, it sort of blinks and then goes away. It doesn't really blink, it just tries to illuminate temporarily. And no matter what you do over here, it won't stay on. And the reason for that is you actually have to turn this on by way of the speaker compressor option here under your effects. And you'll need to make sure that your part select matches the part select lower. Now we haven't learned about effects yet, but if I've got my organ in the low part, make sure you put this speaker compressor on the low part. Then, and now you think, is that good enough? No, that's not good enough. We actually need to click this until we select the rotary speaker here. Then, look what happened. This will now work. So if I have a slow stop, my Leslie speaker is officially stopped. If I take the stop off, you'll hear it start to rotate. And I have fast mode, speeds up, back down to slow, it'll stay slow, or I can stop it altogether. So that's how you use the Leslie speaker with these combinations. Now of course, because this is an effect, you can adjust the drive and the intensity. You can hear it overdrive there. So I thought I'd exit this lesson with an excerpt from a real Leslie where you can see inside the cabinet how the speakers worked together, the bottom speaker and the top horns.